Well, we really wanted to get a win on Jorie Allen Day, and before I even talk about the game, I just want to be able to talk about Jorie Allen and what she's done for this program over the course of her career, but really specifically for this year, how she's led this team, and just with sheer will and determination. Has been the reason that when this team has experienced success, Jorie's the one behind all that. And I just can't thank her enough for what she's done this year in leading this basketball program. We think there's still a lot of basketball to be played, but for today, to finish the year on Jorie Allen Day was just really important for us to play hard and play like Jorie would play. So just thank you, Jorie, for everything you've done for this program. And we knew it was going to be a tough game. And just give our ladies really a lot of credit for hanging in there when things didn't seem to go our way. But hanging in there and then taking control of the glass. And then I think in overtime we're 6 for 6 from the free throw line, and free throw lines win games, right? So that's it.
Jorie, can you just kind of walk us through what today was like for you?
It was a lot. A lot of people love me. I'm an extremely emotional person, so I knew there was going to be some tears on my part today, no matter what. But I'm just so grateful from everybody who took time to come and share this moment with me. My teammates and my coaches today made me feel so incredibly special, and I'm just really proud of what we've done this year. My time at DePaul has been a time that I'm always going to look back and be fond of, and I could go on and on and on, but what I need to say is just thank you to my village, my family, everyone at DePaul who has come for me when I needed it and pushed me when I needed it, and to my teammates for putting up with me. So thank you, and love them. Mm-hmm.
Now, speaking of the tears, we did see a moment with you and Coach Bruno where you two were embracing each other, and we just kind of saw the tears flowing down at that moment. Talk about that moment specifically.
That's a tall order. I'm not sure I can. I've always been very, very close with Coach Bruno. I was very sad to not have him around this year as much. But that, just hugging him in the middle of the court, he's been like a dad to me in a lot of ways. And I just love him so much. He's the reason I came to DePaul, and to be able to share a moment with him. My last time playing on this floor, that was everything.
And then Kate and then Taylor, can you guys talk about what Jorie has meant to this program kind of in a transition year when you guys have a bunch of younger players, what her leadership has been like this whole season?
Yeah, Jorie Allen, when I came on my visit here after my freshman year, I remember having a conversation with her, and it just felt like a breath of fresh air. And I'm extremely lucky to have been a part of her leadership and just witness that. It's one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of and experienced. And I just want to thank you. You're the best. I love you. And as for the team, when Jorie's not on the floor, you can tell. And just that void just tells you how much of a leader she is. She's very vocal, and I can't. It's going to be hard to play on the court without her. And yeah, I'm just super grateful for her.
I'm a woman of few words. But Jorie is a very, very vocal leader, and us being a young team, having a vocal leader helps, especially because Bruno's not here, so it helps. She knows what he wants and whatever. I'm not saying that Jill does it, but it's like having somebody on the floor with us, another coach. So yeah.
And Jorie, we got a chance to see what this team might look like without you on the floor when you fouled out. But what did you tell the team at that moment when they had to go to overtime and battle?
I didn't tell them nothing. They told me we got it, and I was like, all right. So, they're gonna win. You know, they got it done. They found a way to get it done. All these girls, I tell them, I say, you just wait. They tell me, oh, you always know, what the coaches want. You always know what should be in. You always know what we're running. I'm just wait until you're, a grad student and you've been doing it for 5 years. You're gonna know. You're gonna know, and it's gonna be your opportunity and your job to get everybody else to know. So it's just the circle of life in this basketball team, and they're gonna be great. They're gonna be great. All of them are, competitors at heart, and they've got still so much to learn, sure, but they're players. They're players, and they play together, and they love each other. So I'm not worried about them one bit.
And then Taylor, with those 2 free throws at the end of the overtime period, can you just kind of walk us through what's going through your head at that moment?
Jorie Allen. That's about it. I mean, it's Jorie's day, and the same thing happened last game. We had 3 players foul out, and we kind of just fell apart. And I felt like this is the time to step up, and we did this for Jorie.
Anything else for the student athletes? Thank you all.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Ask you, at the end of the fourth quarter, the decision not to foul up 3. Is that more of just a matchup thing? Kind of what's your coaching philosophy? Because, sometimes...
Yeah, it wasn't actually a choice to not do it. We just got delayed on defending. That wasn't the decision. But we just got delayed on defending, and then that's what happened. But yeah, we were aware of that we had a foul to give, and she made a hard, quick cut, and we didn't get it done quick enough. So those are all learning moments. It's all learning moments. And Nataya as a freshman that's tough. She's in the most critical part of the game. She's in there because she's a great defender. But it's not easy to always execute exactly what you're trying to do when there's a lot going on. Yeah.
All right, Coach. I don't want to talk about the turnovers, but I will speak on.
It's okay, you guys. I mean, we don't want to turn the ball over like this. This has been, it's been tough on us, and people talk about an Achilles heel or whatever. It's just we've got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. Period. And we work on getting hit in practice and being strong with the ball and pass faking and meeting the ball and all of that. It's still just. Handling the moment a little bit. And Dwyer, number 13 for them, is one of the best on-ball defenders in the league, so she's not easy to deal with. And then I think for players, it's always going to be difficult if you have given one up you got to just step right back in there and stick your nose in there and be physical again. And, I would give St. John some credit for forcing that many turnovers. But, yeah, we can't. To be able to come away with a win with 23 turnovers, it's happened a couple times this year. So, hopefully we'll be stronger with the basketball next time we hit the court on Friday.
I think one of the biggest things I saw, Coach, today from playing against this team, last time you faced them, you had 2 offensive rebounds. Today they had about,
16.
Yeah.
They had 16 offensive rebounds, yeah. And, I called the one timeout late and just did everything I could to try to instill in our team the importance of getting rebounds, and that's we've been saying all along, we got to defend and rebound in order to be successful. And I thought you saw a change in our team and saw that they realized the importance of getting rebounds. And I don't know the exact number that Meg got in the last 7 minutes of the game, but I think she got a fair amount of rebounds in the last 7 minutes. So that's just going to always be important. You're going to have to limit people to one shot, rebound the basketball, be strong. And, again, St. John's is an active group. They got offensive rebounds from their guards also, and our guards got to box out just like anybody else.
And my final question for you, Coach. The team played well with Jorie Allen on the bench. Now, over time, speak to that to see how the team looked and how they played without Jorie Allen out there.
I just think it's important that they showed themselves that they could handle the moment. You know, we talked last week about, you know, you prepare every day and you work hard to execute things properly, but then the moment comes and you got to be able to perform in the moment. And I think for the players on the court, that it was great today for them to show themselves that they did perform in the moment, and they made tough, you know, they made their free throws in a very frenetic time of the game. Kate is able to slow things down and make a nice pass to Meg. Meg finishes the layup, you know, and that's not always been happening. So I just give them a lot of credit that embracing it and then actually performing in it and succeeding. So it was great to see. You know, it was great to see, but we prefer to finish games with Jorie. You know.
As for next season, does Coach Bruno have any plans of returning to?
Yeah, I wouldn't even talk about next season. You guys, the Big East tournament starts next week, and we have been talking about having momentum going into the Big East tournament. And today was big because we wanted to do this for Jorie, but it was a big win for us to have momentum going into the Big East tournament. And Connecticut is out here a little bit by themselves, I would say. But I think you're going to see an extremely competitive Big East tournament beginning next Friday. And it's going to be a little bit like anybody can win any of these games, you know. And like I said, I'm going to put Connecticut in its own category. But the number of games that have been played in this league this year that have finished 2 possessions or lower, I mean, it's a high number. I didn't count them. It's a high number. There's been a lot of close games, no matter who's playing who, you know, and I think I heard Seton Hall today won by 2 against Xavier. You know, Seton Hall is the 3 seed in the tournament, and Xavier's the 11. You know, and it was a 2-point game today, and that's the kind of scores you've been getting all year. And I would say, you know, the scoring is everyone's right around 60 points. So when that happens, they're just going to be close games. So, yeah, our focus was just to have success today, have some momentum going into the Big East tournament, and then get ready to make a run.
Yeah, my question was going to be about the Big East tournament. So you guys finished with an 8-10 record in Big East conference play. So, like, what's your mindset headed into the Big East conference play?
That we can make a run in the Big East tournament, that we can make a run. You know, we've got Xavier at 4 o'clock on Friday. And we don't want to look past that, but, you know, you're looking at like a Xavier, Seton Hall, Creighton potential, you know, where in all those games, it doesn't matter who, again, I'm going to put Connecticut over here, but all these other teams we've been very competitive for large parts of the game, you know, and, you know, it's March Madness now, March tournament. I told the team March Madness started today for us, you know, for sure. But we've been very competitive playing against everybody. So you've just got to do that for a larger portion of the game. But I will tell you this, like, we know Xavier's going to be a really hard game for us Friday at 4 o'clock. It's going to be really hard. But we're going to get ready this week, and we're going to go to Uncasville, Connecticut, and look to play hard and execute well.
And then, Jill, I'm curious, in terms of managing fouls, you had some players kind of flirting with 3, 4, but more specifically with Jorie, did you give her a little bit more rope being it was her last home game, or did you still stick to your principles about when a certain player hits a certain foul at a certain time? Yeah, no, with Jorie, Jorie's already earned, like, more trust there, but it's really, Nick, it's really just how I feel about the game, you know? I mean, Jorie makes a big difference for us. So it's, you know, in trying to, you know, sometimes people get too caught up in the number of fouls and the time left in the game, and you can't let a game slip away because you're following some rule about when a kid gets a second foul or a third foul. You can't let a game get away from you. So it really, she's already earned the trust, and then we just felt like in this game we needed to have her play. You know, it took her out, I think, after it was her third. Just rested her for a little bit, but then we need her. You know, we need her to be successful, and she's a smart basketball player, and so we have some philosophies about when you pick up 2 fouls in the first half, but after that, a lot of it's definitely time and score and how the game is feeling, how the game's going.